Good team win all the way around. I thought our defense just really played well. Steve and his staff had a great game plan. The guys trusted it, believed in it, executed it. You saw them during the week and how they practiced, and they practiced fast and aggressive, and that's the way they played. It just carried right over the field. Offensively, again, my hat goes off to Matt for being thrown into this thing like this. Goes from coaching high school to having an opportunity to play back in the NFL. But you could see his experience, all those years that he's been in the league. You could see that just kind of calm the storm at the end, and ended up making a couple huge throws. Tyreek had a big day, and none of this happens without the offensive line doing their thing too. So. But I thought EB was persistent and aggressive with the guys during the week, and I thought that paid off all the way around. Our guys played aggressive football, and I think that was a result of the way EB handled them during the week. Anyways, Tyreek had the big day with 140 yards or whatever it was receiving, and then Damian had the big run there, and the right side of the line really collapsed everything down. And then, the guy that helped out too was Tyreek, just by shielding their secondary player there. So, but Damian had a good day. I mean, he had over 100 yards, played well. Defensively, I thought Damian Wilson with 7 tackles. That was a big day. But that D line, I mean, it starts there, and how they played, I thought the aggressiveness that they played with, I thought was tremendous. And it's important that we're continuing to improve. When they play aggressive, when your defensive line plays aggressive and is able to pressure a quarterback like that, where it just throws them off balance enough to where it alters his throws, it helps everybody out, helps the secondary out, helps linebackers out, and then still be able to, latch down on the run. So it was good on both sides with the bigs, and normally the end result's good. So, anyways, we've got plenty of room to improve, and we're still, we're minus a few guys, but we'll see how this week goes. If we don't have an answer for you on really anybody right now, but we'll just see how it goes and with the players. So see how they heal up. So anyways, with that time, George.
You've been around Tyreek for quite a while now. Does he still continue to amaze you with some of the things that he does on a weekly basis?
Yeah. You know what? He loves to play the game. He's got. I think the thing that amazes me the most is he's fast and quick, but it's his endurance being fast and quick. I mean, normally you don't see that. I tell him he's got this cheetah nickname, but he's really not a cheetah because they're a burst and then they go rest for about 8 hours. That's not this guy. I mean, he can keep going and I mean over and over again. So it's pretty amazing.
What about his ability to get those deep balls, to track the ball down the field?
Yeah, would have been a great center fielder.
Yeah,
I mean,
you said that before.
Yeah.
But how often do you see that in a speed guy?
Yeah, he's got a unique combination. He does, and then he's smart on top of all that. He can handle all the stuff we do with him and all the positions we put him in, and he's able to handle that.
So, Coach, does it come to the point where when the ball's going down the field and Tyreek's down there, you think he has he's gonna?
Yeah, you think he has a pretty good shot at it, and but listen, he'll tell you he still has room to improve. I mean, he's still young in this thing, so he'll keep getting better with time.
Coach, Dave hasn't been shy about saying how much he'd like to use him on special teams whenever possible. Is the way that you guys used him yesterday just a perfect example of the way to utilize him and use him as a threat back there?
Yeah. And McColl's getting better. He's had a couple of balls on the ground, but that's not him. I mean, that's not who he is, and that hasn't been his MO coming out of college. That's not what you saw. So he'll get all that straightened out, and and he's, you know, he likewise is a heck of a weapon back there. So, and we have a lot of confidence in him. But he'll continue to grow, and yeah, that's a lonely position back there. And you got some pretty vicious guys coming to take care of business there. So you got that's a unique spot to be in. But he'll keep getting better too.
Defensively, Andy, with a couple touchdowns that Minnesota scored the second half, it seemed like kind of mistake plays. Do you leave a game like that overall more optimistic just because those are correctable things as opposed to exploiting the scheme or personality?
Yeah, exactly. That's a good observation. Yeah, no, exactly. That's the communication part, playing together, knowing with a kind of a funky looking offensive formation or motion that you've got to be able to. Sometimes it's just sight adjustment on those. You don't have enough time to communicate everything verbally, and so it might be a point or whatever it is, but it has to get done quickly. And in those situations, that's playing together. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it.
Andy, you guys had to change a quarterback. I know you just plug the new guy in and go, but are you at all surprised at how many big plays you're still getting in the passing game with Matt at quarterback?
I'm not because of the way he handles himself. And we've still got Chad sitting back there too. I mean, Chad's another one that can do those things. I mean, I think Brett's done a good job of kind of getting those guys, the right guys in for what we do. Maybe they don't have the same arm that Patrick does, but they've got good vision and they're athletic enough, right, to do what you need to do. And so that, and listen, they're throwing to some pretty good people too. So, but no, I'm not surprised by it. Like to do more, like to get more, right? But I'm not surprised.
In the chunk portion of Chris Jones' snaps, you guys use them both inside and on the edge. You sort of alluded to the idea that, like, as the season goes along, because of some injuries, you can work and add in some new things. Do you think that that could be part of the weaponry moving forward to use maybe Chris in a more flex-based situation versus maybe being just traditionally in one spot?
Yeah, so we did a little bit of that last year with him, just a tad, and so we did more of it yesterday, just increased that role. But yeah, no, I think that's something that you can do. I mean, he gives you that flexibility. He's a big kid and can handle the load outside that a tight end and a tackle put on you. So, and he still has enough athletic ability where he can do that. Yeah. So, but he does good inside too. So he's not a speed rusher out there. That's not what we're talking about here. But he sure has a lot of power, and he can do that.
Damian Williams had a season-high snap yesterday. Obviously a very good game, including the 91-yard run. What's going into the decision to use one running back, maybe over another? Is it just hot hand, committee type deal?
Yeah, we're lucky that we have some guys. I mean, they all played, so and we'll keep that up. I mean, we're going to need all of them, right? That's a tough position. So I thought he did a good job in there, and so we kept giving it to him. That's how it rolls. I mean, you saw on his long touchdown, the first guy out there was LaShawn, congratulating him. So they all get along and pretty unselfish that way.
He's looked better the last couple of weeks. I know he missed a couple games early in the season, but has he been healthy at all, you feel like? Damian Williams.
Yeah, so, no, I think he's gotten more healthy as he's gone on here, and I think he feels pretty good right now.
Are you seeing some benefits maybe of those guys knowing that there's more competition at that position, or is that reading too much into that?
Well, no, but I'll always say that I believe competition brings out the best in you. So, so on one hand, I don't know where that comes into effect, but I know they're close. But I also know they're competitive. So, and so however that works out, you can read into it from there. But we're always trying to bring in competition at all spots. It makes us better as a football team, and then we really don't care who play. We don't care if everybody plays in a game. So we encourage that and that be ready and we'll use you anywhere type deal.
Couple more guys.
You mentioned EB, being persistent and aggressive with the offense last week. How have you seen him this season, moving into that offensive coordinator role, growing and maturing in that role?
Yeah, well, you saw him right at the end. I mean, he kind of kept everything intact. There was a lot happening there at the end that could have gotten away. And he was able to kind of calm everything down and still get the play into the quarterback. And the quarterback did a good job of calming everything down. At times it was a rat race out there, which happens at the end of a game in 2 minutes. So, but I thought he handled everything well. And, and at times it was 2 plays at a time. So he's getting a play and then trying to coach the guy up on the next play just so we can keep rolling. So he's good with all, and not a lot phases him. He's pretty, pretty in tune. So.
Andy, I know I just wanted to expand on something you mentioned yesterday with Patrick. You said he's getting closer. Whether it's pregame or just talking with Rick, can you kind of explain just where he is in the rehab and how you sort of understood that he's getting closer to where he needs to be if needed on the field?
Yeah, it looks like he's moving around better. That's all I can tell you. I don't know all the medical terms for it. I just thought he looked better this week than he did last week. And is he ready? I can't tell you that. I'm not sure we'll know that till we get there. So it's who knows. But we'll see how it all goes here, and I let the doctors handle all this.
I guess a better understanding for you, seeing him in practice in a game routine, sort of whether it's pregame or in practice last week, that sort of just gives you your own eye sort of suggests.
Yeah, so I didn't go out for the pre-practice stuff. I didn't watch him do all that. But I can tell you during the week I watch him, and so he just looked better than he had the week before. But he wasn't quite there. So I don't know. I don't know that injury well enough to stand here and predict something. I can't do that. So it's not the most common injury in this league. So.
Herbie.
Coach, and as a follow-up to Nate's question, I know he's been limited the last 2 weeks, but how much will it be important for him to put in a full practice to affect your decision on when he will be getting closer?
Yeah, listen, he knows our stuff, so I'm comfortable with that. And then, that's how I felt going in last week. If something were to happen where he could go, then he would know the stuff, and it's not a problem there, and he knows our receivers. He spent so much time with those guys, so I'm not that worried about it. I don't know a time for you, Herbie, but we'll just see. I'm going to play it by ear and just kind of go off of that.
Last one, BJ.
Coach, I know he's been here a short time, but Mike Pinnell, just for a guy who's just stepped in and kind of gotten thrown into it,
yeah.
How has he helped you guys up front?
Yeah, he's a big guy that brings good energy. Again, I don't know him that well. He's only been here a short period of time, but I know what I see I like, and he's not a selfish guy. He's all in. Those are all positive things, and so he's been contributing the last couple of weeks, which has been good.
And sorry, a quick follow-up from what you said earlier, as far as you telling Tyreek that you don't think he's a cheetah. Have you told him that there's a more apt animal that he resembles?
No, I just keep being him. Be Tyreek.
All right, thanks.